Listen. Yo, what's going on YouTube? This is your boy Kamen Zero Spy back again once again today, people. Today we are for Kamen Gotchard, episode 36. And in this episode, we got a very sad ending. Got a very sad ending and foreshadowing to a bunch more sad endings. And the freaking Hades King Gigist is out here making his he moving, man. This guy is out here and he is throwing that philosophical talks on you and showing off some of his phenomenal cosmic powers, and also ending some lives, and also mentally scarring our main character. But in this episode we did see that we see that Kyoto is trying to get Laculus like more human, like she's trying to teach her how to be more human, and they do like a little thing where they're trying to make her laugh and things like that. And while that's going on, we see that Spanner and Minato are talking to the alchemist like elders, and they basically they're telling him that, oh well, hey, we were able to, they tell him about all the stuff that happened with Legend and the 100 and stuff like that. But they also say that the Hades King is here and he's starting to move and he's starting to do things, and the elders are just like, man, just let's wait, let's just see what boy gonna do. Let's just observe. I don't even want to move, I'm old. And then Spanner's like, we need to do something right now. Run out of time. He could get stronger. We do something right now. I'm tired of you guys always sitting here just hemming and yawning, like, you guys never do anything. And then that's when the Abyssal King himself walks in the room. Everything stops. He walks in the room, he talks shit to him, and we see that one of the elders tries to attack him. And I'm just like, you guys are supposed to be the elders. You guys are supposed to be like maybe like the strongest alchemists. It's always the elders of something that are like sometimes like the biggest idiots. Like there's sometimes like they believe in the old ways and stuff like that. Not that they're like the biggest idiots. So this guy tries to attack Gigist, and Gigist is like, hey, I will grant your wish. Like he granted a wish of basically saying like, oh, I know what your desires are, I know how you feel, stuff like that. So I'm gonna grant you your wish, and I'm gonna give you great power. But then he gives him power, but then his body just like fades away. So it's just like, you gave him power, but his body couldn't handle it, and he just went poof. So basically we see that we see that Spanner himself tries to fight the Abyssal King, well, Hades King, and he opens a portal and they port him outside, and Gigas is like, all right, see me outside, player. So he starts fighting him, and he can't do anything to the Abyssal King. Like, bro got Ultra Instinct, like mastered Ultra Instinct, and then he's talking shit to him while at the same time. And he basically tells him like, I know your true wish, I know how I know what you truly desire in your heart and things like that. He says, oh, you got a strong spirit, strong body, but you still suck. I'm just like, yo, like, what are all these backhanded freaking compliments and stuff? And he's like, like we see a Spanner tries to attack him one more time. He blocks the attack, and then we see that he ends up attacking Spanner, putting him inside of a black hole that explodes onto itself, and like overall just like hurts Spanner. I'm just like, bro, like he goes in the air, he explodes and comes back and lands behind Minato, and I'm just like, yo. But then he gets up and his black flames start to appear. And the Abyssal King gets kind of interested in that. He was like, oh, you took my power and made it into your own, huh? Okay. So him and Minato gets Spanner out of there, and we go back to Ichino saying when he's basically he's still helping out the whole Laculus stuff, but he also leave. We see that Kudo tells them a story about a story that her dad told them about this orange alchemist who basically defeated like a great evil. And I was just sitting there thinking like, yeah, that's Ichinose, and that was Gigist. In the book, when you see like in the book that they actually pull up telling this like this ancient like alchemist, academy kind of fairy tale story. And yeah, like they see that, and it kind of it foreshadows stuff. Like it foreshadows Ichinose is going to battle the Abyssal King and going to battle the Hades King and things like that. So we see Ichinose, he's at the market, he's buying stuff. He gets a crap ton of avocados. Like, why you need 5 avocados? So but he ends up seeing that the Kimi, Time Lord, is there. And wasn't Time Lord Time Lord was one of the Kimis that future Gotchard, Daybreak Gotchard had. And we see that he's using Time Lord, and Time Lord basically takes him, tries to like warn him about what's gonna happen. But then that's when the Abyssal King he ends up attacking Ichinose, but he ends up putting Ichinose in like he turns the world or turns time or like the dimension or something. The point is, like Ichinose is being pointed, like he's being put in like different places. And after that, he sees himself on top of this roof. And when he's on the roof, that's when the Abyssal King is there. Abyssal King calls him a thief, and he calls him a thief and tells him that, give me back my power that you stole from me. And Ichinose is like, what are you talking about? So he reaches inside of Ichinose and he tries to grab the Dichi egg that's inside of Ichinose. And this power, like basically the egg basically like rejects him, and Ichinose is like, what the heck is going on? And then that's when the rest of the crew showed up, because like Time Lord ended up like bringing them there. We see that Kudo, she hinges up to go try to help Ichinose fight the king, and that's when Ichinose transforms to fighting the king. And then that's when he blasted away Ichinose, he ends up taking Skibbo, one of our day 1 Kimis. He ends up taking Skibbo, and when he takes Skibbo, he ends up transforming. He ends up telling Ichinose that he was the one that created the Kimis. That Gigas himself was the one that created the Kimis. He was the one that created the first 2 Kimis, which was that big dragon one, or Dragonalis, and Gotchard. He created both of them, who were basically the first 2 Kimis. And throughout then, the alchemist basically copied what Gigas did. So he created the Kimis, and then he created the first 2 Kimis, and then the alchemist basically made all the other ones in a way to just copy him. But he tells Ichinose that the Kimis were originally made to hurt people. They were originally made to be like monsters. And he even points at Hopper and tells him that, Hopper was originally supposed to be a swarming locusts kind of Kimi that would eat anything in its path. So yeah, and he basically tells Ichinose that, Ichinose, you're the one that changed the Kimis. You changed them. They're not supposed to be this way. So he ends up taking Skibbo. When he takes Skibbo, he transforms Skibbo into a amalgam, and a new type of amalgam where it's just the Kimi. It's just a Kimi transformed into amalgam. So Ichinose has to basically fight Skibbo. And when he's fighting Skibbo, while he's fighting Skibbo, we see that Kudo is also over there. She's fighting Klukto, and while they're fighting and things like that, the Abyssal King kind of just like walks away and stuff like that, and he's watching the fight from afar. But they're both kind of getting their butts kicked. But we see Ichinose transform into UFO X. When he transforms to UFO X, it seems like he can't hurt Skibbo, but he gets like this feeling where it's like he gets like this sense, like a sense of dread, like he's not motivated to fight anymore. He's asking himself, should I keep fighting? And that's when Skibbo ends up attacking Sabimaru and Ringe, and we see Ichinose transforms into Platinum Gotchard, and he ends up attacking Skibbo, saving Ringe and Sabimaru, and it falls down, and he basically like destroys it. But he tries to use a empty card to recapture Skibbo, but it's not working. We see the Abyssal King and Klukto standing there, basically showing him like, oh, you've done it now. Like, that's what Klukto basically tells him, that, oh, you done it now. And he runs over to Skibbo, and Skibbo's not coming into the card, and he looks down and he sees Skibbo's like body, like this big skateboard, but Skibbo like basically freezes, or like he turns all white and hard and like solid, and he's screaming for Skibbo's name, but like there's no response. And it seems like Skibbo is either, I don't think Skibbo's dead, or maybe I think I'll say petrified. But yeah, so it seems like every time Ichinose would like destroy or defeat one of these Kimi amalgams, whatever Kimi that was created to be that amalgam ends up dying, or losing its power, or getting petrified. Like, what exactly is happening to the Kimis? Because I don't want to say that they're dead, because that'd be kind of overboard. It'll be wild if he actually was dead, and I feel like that would be like a good idea to make the story a little bit darker. But I don't think they should do that right now, and I also feel like it's going to be hard for Ichinose to fight these new type of amalgams, because if he destroys it, he could hurt a friend. And we already know how Ichinose feels about Kimis. He loves these little guys. So yeah, Ichinose is freaking just flabbergasted, frustrated. He's like, did I kill Skibbo? And it seems like it's going with the whole like them fighting amalgam Kimi stuff. I feel like it's gonna go down the line in order of all the Kimis that he got. Like one episode was this Kimi, the next episode was this Kimi. I feel like it's gonna go down that route. I feel like that's the route we're going down when it comes down to fighting these Kimi amalgams. But yeah, our episode basically ends like right there. But it's so tragic. I feel like, I don't think Skibbo is dead. I'm not gonna say that, but at the same time, bro is out of here now. Ichinose basically has lost a lot of his motivation to fight, but we'll get to that next episode. But overall, this episode was pretty cool. I mean, bad guys won in this episode, and seems like the Hades King, Mr. Gigas, is out here, and he means business. Because how do you showed up at the freaking in front of the elders and was like, y'all suck, and I understand why. Like, that's basically what he said. And I'm also glad that this guy is not a Kamen Rider. I mean, I could possibly see him like getting some type of thing later on, but I'm personally really glad that this guy's not, that our main final villain is like not a Kamen Rider. He's just like this freaking demon monster dude. So but yeah, man, you guys let me know down in the comment section below what you guys think about this episode of Kamen Rider Gotchard. Make sure to like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell. Remember, as I always say, guys, stay henshined.